Hey guys, it's Kat with Kat's Crazy Life, where I live the crazy life so you don't have to. Past couple episodes, I took you on some field trips with some really cool artists where you get a look inside their studio. Today we're going to do something just a little bit different. We're going to make art right meow, like real time. And to do that, I want to introduce a friend of mine. This is Ginger. Ginger is a multimedia collage artist local to San Diego. What up, my homie?
Hey there. Thanks for having me today.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being on my channel. I really love your artwork.
Thank you. So here's what I do. It's all about layering. I started off as a painter, and then I became sensitive to the chemicals in paint. And so I stopped painting and then moved into collage. And then I got over the sensitivity to paint, and then I merged the two together. That's how I started that. And I start with, it's all about layering. So I start with paint, and I use anything from airbrush paint that's very opaque, and I like using it because of that. And then there's acrylic paint. I like the thickness of this. And
that is definitely thicker.
Yeah, and I use house paint also, and I reuse containers. This is a body wash container, and I'll add, a little house paint, a little airbrush paint, a little acrylic, and kind of play with it. And
then, so you really get to do a lot of science when you're doing your...
Oh my gosh, I'm a science freak. Yes, I love science.
I dig it. I dig it.
Then we, of course, spray paint.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And stencils. I kept my own stencils.
I'm a firm believer in stencils. That's how I do it. Egyptian hieroglyphic art, and that's how I...
Nice. I haven't tried that. Now I should try that. You gave me an idea. Okay. And oh yeah, fabric. I also I got a bunch of these fabric samples. I have tons of these, and these are fun to cut up and put in there too.
Cool.
And, let me see, layers.
So you do a lot of stuff of just stuff you happen to have around the house.
Yeah, just anything I have around the house. You can use things around the house as a stencil too. And then found objects, like if I go on a walk.
Nice. That can make walking even more exciting, right? Because now you're out looking for things.
Kind of randomness, bottle caps, like just weirdness, or flowers, or shells. Anything goes.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, and paper, of course, and even mirrors. There was a broken mirror by the dumpster, and I put it in my garage. It was there for maybe a year or two, and then one day suddenly I'm like, I have a perfect piece for that. And just kind of like collecting things and just waiting until you find a place for them.
Nice. And now today we're actually going to make art. You're going to actually, wow. I'm super excited.
Let me change my camera angle here. Excuse me. You can see what I'm going to work on.
Very cool. Now, is that just a little bit of foam board, or?
This, if sometimes if you go to Home Depot, you can, they'll have a basket of just wood cutting pieces.
Oh, okay. Like scraps?
Scraps. And Saturdays was a good day for that, because a lot of people do like home improvement projects or whatever. Just go there and just like, hey, you gonna throw that away?
That's cool. I really like that you just use what you have and what's easily acceptable. You don't, you're not making it a big deal about, I like that, because it makes it easier for people to be inspired to just take it.
Yeah, it's not expensive.
Exactly. It's definitely more doable.
So far I added some black paint, and then I added some black paint that has kind of this like sparkly to it.
Ooh.
So I have like 2 levels of black here. And I like using the palette knives. They're kind of fun. They kind of create different little
Textures.
yeah, it kind of drags it. Interesting. Now, okay, right now I'm like, wow, I kind of like these holes, but I'm not really sure yet if I want to keep them that way. I don't really plan it out. I just kind of go with it. But I definitely want to put some splashes of color in here.
Oh, so you're thinking rather than just slathering it, you're going to make it open to have room to explore other colors, and
Yeah.
that's awesome.
So I just kind of play with it. I think I want to put like a tiny maybe yellow in here.
I love making art.
And I kind of feel like, ooh, this would be good. Some pink. I like the contrast with the black and and I think a green would be good.
Nice. I like how you just go with the flow and you just let the art guide you.
Yeah, I don't try. I kind of let it happen.
Right. Yeah. You don't have I noticed that when I'm trying to have a specific idea in mind, it's easily I can get frustrated. But
Yeah,
when you just flow and you just let the art happen. And
so
oh, go ahead.
this
Sorry.
part, I don't want to manipulate the colors too much.
Ooh, yeah.
Because then you'll lose, like it'll get too muddy. You'll lose them.
Yeah.
So let me see. I need to think about direction here. Ooh, that was nice.
That is so pretty. Those colors really do that contrast. You weren't kidding. That's really cool. Oh, what a cool like texturing with that knife.
Fun to play with. It's just, yeah, it is science. You know, it's just you just kind of play with it.
Well, and it's funny because what I remember as a kid, from art class was just having fun. They didn't have to be some big serious art piece, right? It's just about the actual making of the art and enjoying the process.
Yeah.
Because it's about the process, I think. That's cool. It gives a real marble looking effect.
So next, let me see. What do I want to do? I'm thinking peach. I have some peach spray paint here.
I love spray paint. It has such a bad rap, but I love really their art is in all different kinds of forms. So even, beautiful tagging.
Oh yeah.
Especially where we live in San Diego, we have some amazing murals that are made with spray paint. So I am not an art snob as far as materials, that's for sure. That has such a cool effect. Wow.
Okay, and then because I save all these things, here's another container that I saved. It's for dyeing my roots of my hair.
Nice. Yeah.
But it kind of does give it a cool texture. I'll show you.
Oh, right.
I just kind of want to show you like the possibilities, you know?
That's why it's better to just flow with it, because it's probably could be something you couldn't even imagine.
Yeah. And then here's another layer would be glitter.
Ooh, I love glitter. Sparkly. I love sparkly.
So,
Yeah, you got to be careful with the glitter.
oh my gosh, my house is always covered with glitter on my feet.
That doesn't suck. Just means you're a fairy.
Right? I'm like, you know, you had a good day when you're covered with glitter.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, your day did not suck when you're covered in paint and glitter. For sure.
Okay, so I kind of, you know, built up a beginning here. And the next thing that I want to add is the paper portion of this. And I have so many magazines and books, and I don't know, you kind of come across things randomly, or once people know that, I'm going to change my camera angle again.
Sure.
Once people know that you do collage, they always are like, oh, I have these magazines, and if you want, you know, I always get people handing me stuff. That's really fun because, you know, they go through their stuff and they're like trying to purge themselves of all their stuff, and they're like, oh, take these. I'm always happy
What
to
a
do
great way
that.
to recycle things as well. You know, keep the beauty going.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's fun. Woo.
Look at that. Talk about perspective. That's a cool little mirror. Tripod there, or stand.
Even this, I got this from work. I work at a school, and one of the teachers was like, oh, I don't want this anymore, and they put it in the lounge. I'm like, oh, take that.
Yeah, you're like, I could use that. That's really, really cool.
It was like, I don't know, I felt so fortunate because, you know, after things shut down, then I really actually needed it, and I had it, and so I was like really excited. Oh, that was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me.
What a perfect spot.
Yeah. Okay.
Just right on top.
So,
Are you using like a GoPro or your camera, your phone?
let's see. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. Oopsies. All
I can
right.
see it. There you go. Right there. Perfect.
So the next part is adding the paper, and I will show you how I do that. And I probably will add some maybe fabric too. It'd be kind of cool. So
That's cool.
taking out a bunch of my collage materials, I saw this on the back of a magazine.
Ooh, that's pretty.
So I thought, okay, this is cool. I'm gonna grab that. So how my process for choosing images is, I just will take a magazine and I will flip through it.
Uh-huh.
And if something kind of stands out to me,
That rooster was cool. Yeah, that chicken.
yeah, it could be either a color or a shape or the actual item. Like, that's kind of cool.
That is cool. Yeah, I looked at that too.
Maybe I'll take that out. I just will rip them out and I'll make a pile.
Oh, that's a cool magazine.
I have so many. It's amazing. I'm so. Ooh, that's
Ooh,
pretty.
that's gorgeous.
Maybe I'll save it, but I might not use it for this one, but I still am like, oh, I'll grab it, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
To use like every single thing you grab either. You can, what I have is I have a box and I'll just throw scraps in there or
That's smart because then you know you have it, and then anytime you're in the mood to do art, you have material.
yeah. Once a week I'll do a 10-minute one.
Oh, that's cool. Just for fun and
Let me see. Okay.
I love making art. It's just I get in the zone and it's just a really fun way to be expressive.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you could use words or poetry or anything goes. And I also saw this one in my little box. I
Oh,
thought
that's
this
pretty.
like the black and white. I like mixing black and white with color. This kind of has like a vintage feel I liked.
Certainly, certainly, and very ethereal because it's like the veil, right?
Yeah. All right. And then I'm going to start with this one.
Okay.
So I pay attention to the outside of what I'm cutting. I don't just look at the image itself.
Right.
Mindful of the shape that I'm giving that.
Oh,
So
I see what you're saying. So the contouring.
yeah. So you could kind of accentuate what's there. You can create a shape on the outside that's not there. Um,
Oh, I see. You could actually completely change the shape of the object.
yeah.
How cool. I never even considered it that way.
So I did this, but I'm kind of like, that's too white for me. I
Yeah.
my eye too much here. So I'm gonna trim it off more. There we go. But even like this
That's so
piece,
cool.
I could save it and use it somewhere in there.
Right, right. Just to have random shapes to
So
that is cool.
now,
Oh my God.
see where I'm gonna put this.
And man, that background, it's almost like you made it specific. You know what I mean? You did it just so nonchalantly, but look at how perfectly it really sets up against that.
I could put some of this orangey copper in there, might be nice. Maybe some splashes on top.
Yeah. Now, does the paint work as a good adhesive?
Yeah, I'll use that until it dries and then I'll use the glue. And then I'll show you this other thing really quick. I have this little mini squeegee thing.
Oh,
Like
like a little
cover thing. Sometimes I'll use this to kind of smooth it.
oh, flatten it out. Yeah.
And then with the paint on the paper, sometimes depending on the thickness of the paper,
Mm-hmm.
it like waffly because it's
Right.
absorbing the water from the paint.
Right.
The water evaporates and it dries, then the paper will smooth out.
Oh, that's good to know because I, in preparation for this video, made a collage in our honor of the video, and I will show it at the end. But I did come across that issue, and you're
Uh,
right. In the next, when it dried out the next day,
it was fine.
yeah, it was lovely. That
So
really looks good. Oh wow, the
I
juxtaposition.
things.
How do you say that?
I I kind of place it over it and move it around, and then I wait for it to feel right.
Ah,
Like it's like I know when I look for things that line up. Like I like how her hand lines up with the edge of that.
oh yeah.
Like this has this little part and then that gives it this edge. I don't know. I look at those connections.
And then that way you know it's in alignment with the pieces.
Yeah, I try to like, and it's a feeling, you know, it's like, okay, that feels right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So those two are on, and I really thought this was pretty.
Ooh, that is. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. That rosette looking. That's cool.
And again, I'm kind of playing around with the outside edge
Yeah.
to accentuate the shape and kind of add a little to it.
Oh, wow. That's lovely, Ginger.
And again, I just kind of move it around a little bit just to feel it where it feels right. Like, because you can tell, like, you get this feeling like that's it.
Yeah.
And then I like this piece I copied here. I kind of want to use it as a moon somewhere.
Very cool.
Like, I think I'm going to stick that right there. Okay. So.
I love how this is just unfolding right before our eyes, like real time, you guys. This is real time art.
Yeah.
Wow. That is just, I love how inspired you get. It's really cool.
I think I want to stick this at the top. Okay.
Oh, it's like another vase. Oh, cool. I wasn't sure. Wow. Oh. Look how quick you're just putting all this together. Like, holy cow. And you're keeping that up. Oh, that looks cool.
I'll cut it. I'm gonna maybe
Ah.
a lot of times is I'll do something with keeping the pieces long,
Yeah.
and I'll see how it looks and then decide, because you can always cut it off, but you can't add it back.
Right. No, that looks cool.
Maybe
I love your shapes. You play with the different shapes and different changing the shapes of the pictures.
I only want part of this.
Very cool.
This to this.
And I like how you're not afraid to cut up the picture and just use parts of it, right? And I think one of the things I've always struggled with when I'm trying to start actually I've only made one collage piece, which is for today. But one of the things when I thought about collage is I have these pictures that I love and I'm so scared to cut them up. Like, look at the picture you have right there. Like, I want to keep it perfect the way it is, but it's like an irreverence. You just got to go for it.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, you wanted to use the whole thing. I got you.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, well, then it's not a collage, right? Because it goes back to the layering. That is, she is so pretty.
I'm going to do with her yet, but let me see. I don't really like to try to figure it out before I put it on. I'll just cut it and then decide.
That's cool, because then you're not thinking too much about it, right? You're just like in the moment and letting the art speak through you and just doing, that's what the materials are there for you to cut them up and use them in a collage. How cool. That is.
I like this color with this color.
Oh, yeah.
It kind of creates your eye to go in that direction.
I see.
So I want to put this here.
That's rad.
Trying to decide. And I like how here it kind of has that. It's kind of framing her.
Uh-huh.
I think I'm going to cut like a tiny bit here. And then because it's paper on paper, I'm going to stick a little of
Oh,
this.
a little glue just to hold it down.
Yeah, a little here. Just plop that down right there.
Now, this is something, now you have classes, right? Now, and you also go to a bar. I've seen 2 of your shows, and I also know you have events where you will actually go to a bar and host, and when I mean a bar, as in 21 and only type of establishment, but you actually host events where people can come and do art with you. This looks like it would be a great idea for a party or like a baby shower or a kid's birthday party. How do you go about doing those types of things?
Well, right now I am doing classes on Zoom.
Oh, love the Zoom.
You can either contact me.
I'll have all your information.
Yeah, it'll be on there.
Me and my bloopers, gotta have them.
You're fine. For that, I could do, Zoom parties, online art parties. And I was at the AC Lounge, and then we moved to the US Grant.
Oh, I love that venue.
I love it too.
So pretty. They have an amazing Christmas morning brunch.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of bougie. But it's worth, it's Christmas.
Yeah, no, totally. Splurge.
Exactly.
But yeah, I was doing that. It's like collage, and I always have music and
fun vibe. I love your energy. You are just such a fun person to be around. I really enjoy your spirit.
Oh, thank you.
This is just coming alive before our eyes.
I want this one. I'm going to stick this one here.
And I love how you just splash those colors on there just to brighten it up.
So
now, are you smearing the paint?
I just wanted some circles in there because I think it matches the top part here. Sorry.
Oh, very cool. Oh, wow. And they almost look like flowers.
Yeah, it's kind of making it flower-like. Maybe here.
See, look at you, just using random shit. I fucking love it, dude.
And then I'd want to pay attention to the flow.
Right, where your eye goes to. That texture with that on top of there really looks cool. That's rad.
Like play with it,
Yeah. How fun.
And it's the hardest thing, I think, is to know like when to stop, honestly. You could just go forever. Even after it dries, you can go back and add
little touches there and
strokes, or here I'll add some three-dimensional things too in there. Let me see.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Let me see, what do I have in here? I have flowers.
Aw, that's so pretty.
A penny. I'm gonna put a penny in it.
Oh, cool. Look at that.
There's some sea glass.
Oh, wow. Look at you just adding textures upon textures upon textures upon texture.
A rose petal. Here's a pine seed, a pine nut.
Oh, rad. You literally find just whatever random.
Yeah, just play around with it.
That's cool. That is a beautiful piece.
Thank you.
I love it. I'm almost embarrassed to show you the one I made. But that's the cool thing about collage, right? Is like everybody's is different and it's all about being individual, and I love it. There's art right there by Ginger Lou made right in front of your face. How amazing. You are so talented.
Thank you.
Look at that. Why don't you change your camera around for me so I can show you the one I made for you?
Okay, okay.
I'm super excited. I spent, like you, I just kind of had some things lying around the house and I wanted to do a little bit multimedia. And so I have a bunch of obsessions. Let's go to speaker view. Pardon me, guys. Let's go. So I took apart some things, and let me just kind of go up here's some map pieces, a little peacock feather, some moon paper, and you wouldn't have it without my dinosaurs. And because I'm a psycho woman, I love it. Oh, look at that. That is so fun. See, this is the very first one I've ever done. And I really, 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 really appreciate you spending this time with me and our audience, showing us how amazing you are, Ginger. I really, really appreciate that. And I really adore all your art. And I look forward to further discussions with some other, we're going to talk about tarot cards. We have a couple other things that we're really going to get into. So we're going to get real crazy with it. But Ginger, I really appreciate this time that you've taken. And I just wanted to let everybody know that all of Ginger's information is going to be in the box below. And I want everybody to get into their stuff that they have lying around their house and make some really cool art that's just about you. And that's all it needs to be, just to have fun. I want everyone to have some peace and love in their life. And over and out, friends.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here so much. I really, really appreciate it. Over and out.